Hey guys, it's Kristen, and today I'm doing a gender tag. How do you self-identify your gender, and what does that definition mean to you? I self-identify as a female. Basically what that means to me is that that's just what I identify as, and that's what I like to identify as. And it doesn't mean that everybody else has to identify as female. It's just, that's me. And that's just personally what I identify as. What pronouns honor you? My pronouns are she and her. Describe the style of clothing that you most often wear. This style of clothing is kind of like casual, almost androgynous, I guess. I don't really like to wear a lot of girly clothes, but I do wear a lot of gender neutral clothes, so boys or girls can wear them. I like to dress more masculine, I guess. I guess that's most people view me, but I just call it androgynous. I feel more comfortable when I wear these types of clothes. It just feels more me. People have always tried to force me onto like girlier things, but I can't do it. It just doesn't feel comfortable. Talk about your choices with body hair. How do you style your hair? Do you have facial hair? What do you choose to shave or choose not to shave? My choices of body hair, I like to shave. My choices of body hair, I really like to shave. I mean, except for my arms, I don't feel the need to shave, but everything else, like, I shave. It feels cleaner to me, and that's just a personal thing. Not really, like, I don't really care what other people think. It's just me, like, it just makes me feel cleaner. How do I style my hair? I either just like put it in a ponytail. Lately I've been doing that because I haven't had a haircut, or I'll leave it down and straighten it, or lately I've been getting like these nice beach curls, so that's just how I style my hair. I actually want to cut it short, but still thinking about that because it took so long for it to grow out. Do I have facial hair? No, I don't have facial hair. Talk about cosmetics. Do you choose to wear makeup? Do you paint your nails? What type of soaps and perfumes do you use, if any? Okay, for the first question in number 5, do you choose to wear makeup? Yes, I choose to wear makeup personally. I like the way it makes me look. It makes me feel more confident, and it's a personal choice. I don't really care what other people think about whether or not I wear makeup, but personally, I do like to wear makeup. Do you paint your nails? No, I don't. I just don't like to. For me, it feels like a waste of energy just doing it because I don't upkeep them, and then they look like a disaster. What types of soaps and perfumes do you use, if any? I really like to use herbal essences. That one's, I just like the scents that they make, but I just use whatever smells good and whatever's like good for my skin. I don't use any perfumes because of my allergies. I'm really sensitive to a lot of scents, so if someone smells, it sucks because when people smell really nice, and sometimes I react to it and it just sucks. So, have you ever experienced being misgendered? If so, how often? When I cut my hair short, I was misgendered so many times because I look like a boy. So I was misgendered as a boy, and I would walk into the restrooms and people would stare at me because I looked like a boy, and they thought I was one, but I wasn't. And I could really pull off being a dude. I really could, and I don't care. I felt more comfortable. I like to be androgynous, and it felt more comfortable. But what made me uncomfortable was the total, like the judgment of people and what they see as gender. And then gender is a very broad spectrum, so it was almost like a little bit hurtful. Alright guys, so I was left off on the have you experienced being misgendered? If so, how often? And I went into explanation about that, and then the camera died, which is why I'm in different clothes, because this is a different day. So I'm gonna just keep going with this and hopefully get this video posted as soon as possible. Going on with my story about being misgendered, because yes, I was misgendered around when I was 16. I'm 19 now. So when I was misgendered, there's this one time, this is one of many stories, because I've been misgendered in bathrooms. Like, people would look at me weird. I'm gonna tell you 2 stories. Here's the first one. I was waiting for my dad to get out of a meeting, and so I was hanging out with my brother. One of his friends came up to me, and she went behind me, put her hands on my shoulders, and she said, "These are your 2 sons?" And I, like, okay, I was wearing like black skinny jeans, red flannel, and I had really short hair, like it was Justin Bieber hair. Like, yeah, I could do a whole hair flip and everything. And so she thought I was a boy, and I just sat there and I was like, well, this is awkward. And my dad goes, "Daughter," and I was just sitting there like, oh my god, like, oh, can we just move on, just go? Like, I didn't want to be there anymore. And she was just like, "Oh, daughter." And I was like, yeah, daughter. my brother would not let it go that night. We just kind of laughed it off as if it were a joke. I kind of took it sort of offensively, though I do get the misunderstanding. I do pull off a pretty good boy, but that's besides the fact. I think this world needs to understand genders a lot more and ask people about their pronouns, what they like to go by, before assuming by how they look. Here's the second story. It was just recently, and it was in the spring. I was getting breakfast before my class started because I had time. This lady at the drive-thru, she's totally cool and stuff, like I always see her there. I pull up to the window and she gives me my food and everything. None of my pronouns are being said, okay? And at the end, when I have all my food and my drink, she goes, "Have a good day, sir." And I was like, I kind of looked at her like, what the hell? And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, ma'am." And then she goes on trying to save herself by saying, "I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to say sir, I meant to say ma'am." And if it's a guy that comes up, I'll call him ma'am. And in my head, I should have told her out loud, but in my head, I was just like, please don't do that. And then, I was just like, it's cool, it's fine. And then I just drove away. And yeah, that was my other misgendered experience. I don't know if it was because, I was wearing my snapback backwards. Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe it was that. Maybe she accidentally misgendered me. I don't know, but I was sitting there for like 5 minutes waiting for my food. Like, at that point, it's like, come on, really? On to the next question. Do you experience dysphoria? How does that affect you? This is kind of a hard question to answer because it's not that I experience dysphoria. I don't experience it. It's more of understanding my gender as a whole. Like, I'm going through this weird self-discovery process once again. It was sort of like trying to discover my sexuality, but now it's more of a gender kind of thing, and I don't know where I fall on the gender scale, if I fall more on genderqueer or, like, you know what I mean. I like to wear a lot of more, I like to, I guess you would say I dress more masculine, but I identify myself as female. So, most people would call those butch lesbians. I don't know where I fall on this scale of gender. So I'm still trying to discover that part of me, and it's a little bit confusing, but I'll let you guys know when I figure my stuff out. But sometimes I just feel uncomfortable with the way I look, and there's just some things that I want to change. Not like anything on my body, like I don't want to change anything on my body except for my hair. I think it's my hair that's making me feel a little bit uncomfortable, because I've been wanting to cut it short, but I keep getting to my head and people are like, no, keep it long. And I think people want it long because I look more girly, but honestly, it just doesn't feel me. Like I don't feel completely myself, so I'm still trying to figure out how to fix that. So, I mean, well, with time I guess I'll figure it out. I'll let you guys know how that goes. Next question, talk about children. Are you interested in having children? Would you want to carry a child if that were an option for you? Do you want to be the primary caretaker for any children you may have? Interested in having children at the moment? No, I'm 19 years old. I'm not interested in having children, nor am I ready to have a child. My maturity level isn't at that stage where I'm mature enough to have a child. And so far I'm not really interested in having children. That may change in the future, but for now I have no interest whatsoever. Would I want to carry a child if that were an option for me? I don't mind carrying a child. I will if we have to. It depends on the situation, you know, if whoever I'm with in the future, if she wants to carry, then I'll let her carry. If she's not fertile, then I'll carry the baby. And, you know, if things just don't work out, then we'll adopt. It all really depends on the situation, but I'd be willing to carry the child, yes. Do you want to be the primary caretaker for any children you may have? Of course I want to be the primary caretaker. Once that child is in my life, like, that's my child, and I want to be there, and I want to watch that child grow up. I want to be in that child's life, so yes, I do want to be the primary caretaker. Next one, talk about money. Is it important to you to provide for a family financially if you choose to have one? I'm going to slow down here. So is it important to you to provide for a family financially if you choose to have one? To me, yes, it's important to provide for a family financially. See, when I'm mature, you know, older, I have a family, I'm going to feel responsible for providing for my family, but that also goes for whoever I'm with. She needs to carry her weight too. It needs to be mutual. Like, it can't be unbalanced. It needs to be balanced. It's a balanced relationship. Both the parents have to provide financially for their family, and you know, taking care of children, it's just stuff you got to think about. So, is it important to you that you earn more than any partner you may have? No, not really. It's not really important to me at all. If she makes more money, then by all means, then she does. If I make more money, then that's just how it works. I mean, money's not really important when it comes to relationships, and it never should be. So I don't really care how much money she's making, and you know, she shouldn't care how much money I'm making. Relationships shouldn't be based on money. That's selfish. So, I mean, that's my personal thought on it. Money has no gender, and nobody should really, like, money is just money, and love is more important, how I see it. Do you prefer to pay for things like dates? Yeah, I like to pay for dates. I'm the type that likes to pay for dates. I just think it's a nice thing to do. I consider myself a modest kind of person. Like, I want to provide for whomever I'm interested in the moment in time. And if that means I'm going to pay for their date, then I'm going to pay for their date. But if they feel the need to help out, and I'm like, it's okay, and then they'll be like, no, like, I really want to do this, then of course they can do it. I'm not going to be like, no, I'll do it. You know, like, I'm not going to be a dick about it. Like, relationships aren't based on money, and it's like, you know, if she or he wants to, you know, pitch in, help you out, then just let them. But, you know, if you want to pay for it, by all means do it. But if they want to help, then yeah, go for it. Like, they should go for it. Are you uncomfortable when others pay for you or offer to pay for you? Yeah, sometimes it makes me a little uncomfortable, but I mean, like, I don't really, sometimes I'm just like, okay, like, but like, I want to offer, like, I'll be like, I'll pay for it, you know, but if they insist, I'm not gonna stop them. But it makes me a little bit uncomfortable, because I'm always that kind of person that was like, I want to feel helpful. Like, I don't want to feel helpless, so like, I always want to help people and all that. I'm just that kind of person, so I like to help out. Next question, anything else you want to share about your experience with gender? All my life I've considered myself a girl. That's my biological gender. That's what I was born with, and that's what I consider myself as a person overall. But my experience, that's my personal experience with my gender. But there are others out there that may be biologically female or male, but can, refer to themselves as their opposite of what they're born, the body parts that they were born with. So we just have to be more open-minded. This is what this tag was about, is to kind of bring to light gender stereotypes and kind of break them apart and show people that gender doesn't really matter when it comes to love and just loving yourself and loving other people. It doesn't matter. All in the end, it's all about love and acceptance and tolerance. And yeah, like this, I really like this tag. This is one of the best tags that I've done. And I saw it trending on YouTube, and I watched some videos, and I was like, yeah, like, I want to do this. This is so inspiring, because there's, you have the transgender people, and you have genderqueer people, the androgynous people, and there's just such a broad spectrum of genders and sexualities, and they're two different things, but you have to understand them as a whole in order to understand people as a whole. And we have to be more aware of pronouns as well. This should just bring into light some social issues in this world, and if we can all come together and just accept each other, this stuff won't really matter anymore. We just see each other as humans, and that's it. So yeah, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you hopefully next Monday. So check out my other videos, subscribe, my links are all down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.